What's up, y'all? I'm Jax Marvin. I'm here with LD, and this is an interview at the Stu. So I've been writing music since I was about like 9 or 10 years old, cause like I started with like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid do-it-yourself book, right? So and as a kid, I had this like little persona. I wanted to be some like pop star shit, cause I was like watching a lot of the Nick shows and shit like that, you know, like with the pop star people like Victorious, iCarly, shit like that. So I don't know, I just got into that like music scene, like wanted to be like a big star, but I wasn't really, like taking it serious at all. So I was writing and I became like a pop star, and I was named like G Rays or some bullshit like that, because I used to be a little imaginative ass kid. But when I really started like writing was then, and then I kind of took a long ass break, and then about like sophomore year of high school, I started writing shit down on my phone. And then in about November or August of 2019 is when I really started like recording, because I borrowed one of my friend's microphones, and I had my old jank ass fucking laptop, and just like recorded off of that for a little bit. And actually I recorded my first song with Dom, like at his house, which is crazy because I just brought all my shit over there and we just recorded, messed around for something, because I was still learning how to do like BandLab and stuff like that. So and then that's when I recorded, that's the first song I did like by myself at home. And then I just started like, you know, recording some shit on my phone, my laptop for a little bit. And then I started coming here about November of 2019 because I had somebody put me on with LD and shit. So about November 2019 is when I started like really recording. But yeah, I've been doing it since about then. I said that's when I really started taking it seriously. So as of right now, I got Cosmo and Wanda with Gabe dropping on Wednesday, February 24th. That's gonna be my first single. And after that, we're doing probably another single in March and maybe another one in April. But the plan is to drop a mixtape in May. So be on the lookout for that. That's what we've been working on recently. So I got a good plan for that. Getting some new features, getting some new faces on there. Different people I haven't worked with yet. So just trying to get one like polished sound off of that. So that's when I'm gonna really start dropping shit. So, and I'm gonna try to be as consistent as I can after that. So maybe drop a song every month and a half, ish like that. So just keep y'all waiting. It is for the most part, but like my schedule is just really weird because like I have like morning time is when I usually have all my classes and stuff, but then I have a couple afternoon classes, and then I have a job, 2 jobs that I work. So just trying to find time like to come record and like work on my shit like in between times. Like I usually do like my writing usually during the day, during my like breaks from school and work. And then I'll try to come to the studio on the weekends or like times when I have work off and shit like that. So I just try to probably come in a couple times a month, make sure I can get my craft right, stay consistent, make sure I have shit to drop ready. So that's how I'm trying to do it. And eventually I want to record it by myself, but I think I like doing it here just because I feel a good vibe and shit. Logan's really good with the, what's it called, the producing and shit like that, engineering. So I trust him with my craft rather than myself at this point right now. So I want to get good at it at some point, but I know I trust LD with it. I'll say with the music is going to definitely be the mixtape, but outside of music, it's kind of connected with the music though, is I want to start like really getting my brand, the 174L brand, outside of not just the music stuff, but maybe get some merch out. I want to eventually do a cypher with the 4 people I have on the label, including myself, and then you know, keep releasing music with them, collab with the people I have, and then probably at some point do like a couple music videos, and then maybe a show or something like that, put on something. We'll just see where the brand goes. I really want to get the brand outside as like a household type of name thing before I really like start really pushing it to a thing. Like I want people to know what it is and like where it's from. So like maybe get some merch, get some people like advertising it like publicly, like wearing shirts, wearing hats, shit like that, just so people know what it is. That's what I just really want to get that brand associated with my name. 174L is basically, it means 17 forever, and that's the reason I call it that is because one, I was 17 when I really established it, because actually my original first mixtape that I was gonna drop was gonna be called 17 Forever, but I just like kind of scrapped it and moved on. I took a little break from music for a little bit just to really like collect myself and realize like what I wanted to do with it. And then I came back, changed my name, and really like started to realize like, hey, I can't be like putting on shit that I don't really like. I want to be myself when I do this. Like I'm not trying to be something I'm not, and that was like the biggest thing that I like struggled with early in my music, was like trying to be something I wasn't, trying to fake some struggles and shit like that. But I'm really like, the stuff I talk about now is like all authentic, like as real as I can get, just be myself. Like this is how I actually, like the shit I talk about is like how I actually am, like in person. Like I'm a real consistent, real type of person. Like I'm direct. I keep shit like, I don't like keep shit like super sugar coated or sweet like that, so I just say how it is and shit like that. So just try to really evolve from that. And then like with the second meaning behind it is like when you think, if you're 17 years of age, right, you're just like, you're on the brink of becoming an adult. So that's how I think. Like, I think of it as like, if you're 17, you're always gonna get that next step. So I think about it, hey, I'm always gonna be ready for this next step. I'm not gonna like settle for nothing. So like, if I'm 17, I'm ready to turn 18. That's how a lot of 17-year-olds like to think, right? So like, I think of it, I need to keep this kind of mentality my whole career, because if I just settle after dropping one good project or one good song, it's not gonna work like that, because I keep my career going. So just keep thinking I'm on the brink of blowing up rather than just know I'm like ready, you know what I mean? So that's what I think of it as. Right now, just basically being able to like live off of music right now. It's like, that's what I really want to happen, because like, this is the only thing I can really think of off the dome that's just like my passion. Like, I really care about this shit. Like, I don't think you can find another like artist that, like a young artist that really cares about that cares about the art, cares about the craft of his songs, like everything. Like, I'm not in it for the money, the fame, or nothing like that. If I ever got to that point, I'm not in it for that. I'm in for the music, because this is what I grew up with. Like, I've been singing since I was like 7 or 8 years old, like with my family, because my mom's side of the family is really musical. So it's like, I've always had music around me, but like, I feel like this is like what I really want to do with my life, even though I have other plans just in case this doesn't work out. And, you know, I'm like staying consistent with that. I'm not gonna give that up. I'm still gonna go get my college degree and do whatever I can to do that. But this is like my passion. Like, this is what I really want to do in my life. Take your time, 100%. Don't rush your fucking craft. Like, that's the one thing. You are not gonna walk in the booth right now and make a hit on your first fucking time recording. Like, take your time. Make sure, like, piece by piece too. It's not just like, music isn't something you're just gonna be naturally good at. Like, I don't think you can't really see anybody just starts rapping and then just immediately blows up like as soon as they start. Like, it takes time. Like, some people you'll get lucky because you know somebody or something like that, but they won't be that polished. They've been doing it for maybe a year or something like that, but they have other people helping them out. But like, for me personally, I was doing this shit like all on my own. Like, LD was like one of the first people to really like sit me down and like teach me like, hey, this is what you gotta do with your music. Like, a lot of people were just telling me like, just do it. I'm like, I don't know, but this is all like, I've always just had self-motivation with it too. Like, I really want to like perfect what I do and like make sure it's the best as I can. Like, so my biggest piece of advice definitely has to be, take your time. Just really don't just assume that you're gonna be good at something as soon as you start it. Like, really take your time, humble yourself down a little bit, and make sure you're like ready. Like, don't act all bougie as soon as you drop a song, something like that. I kind of low-key, I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of struggled with that when I first started dropping music. I was like, yeah, I'm all this shit. Like, no, bro, I had to really like get good at it. Like, I feel like I have a chip on my shoulder when I do this too. Like, I'm like rapping to prove something. Like, that's how I feel now, especially with like how I used to be treated with the music and shit, like people calling it trash or whatever like that. But like, now I'm just like, I feel like I'm ready to just prove everybody wrong. That's like, as soon as I step in the studio, I'm like, I want to prove y'all wrong. So that's how I feel. Just take your time. Definitely get DistroKid if you're started. Don't start on just SoundCloud, because people are gonna call you a SoundCloud rapper. Like, I started on SoundCloud. I still drop my music on SoundCloud, but as soon as you start, you want to get it on all platforms, I feel like. So that way, get on DistroKid and then make an artist make a Spotify for artist account, make an Apple Music for artist account, like link your accounts and everything, because it lets you track your stats better. But also, Spotify for artists also lets you as soon as you have the song like processed, it'll let you pitch the song to playlists, and Spotify will like, there's a good chance they can put you on one of those playlists. So you just want you want to like use the tools that you have that are free to access, as long as you have DistroKid and you have, or United Masters or whatever platform you use to distribute your music. Make sure you use those things that are provided to you, because they're free. They don't cost you anything to have. Like, you just link your Spotify account, Apple Music account. Like, make sure you got pictures, everything. Like, I recently started doing that. Like, make sure I like, especially to push my image and stuff like that. So just use the tools you have available to you. Especially like, don't go out and just spend like $150 on like SoundCloud plays or something like that, because that's the one, they're not really real plays, and two, like, they don't really help you much. So like, don't spend money unless you have to, but use what you have like available to you, like the Spotify for artists thing. That's like, I really like that personally.
So like a year and a half, maybe $10,000, $12,000 dance, would you take it?
Honestly, I think it depends on how big I am like at the time of signing. Like, let's say I'm at like 1,500 followers and like I get about a couple thousand plays on a song. I would take that deal if I was in that position, because the label has connections, and that's one thing that I lack as a person, because I'm just not. I was raised in a real like area where people just don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the high school I went to, people just, they're not connected like that. People aren't like, I don't know every single person that I even graduated with, like, honestly. So I just say like, I would take the deal if I was that size. Let's say I had like 30,000 followers getting 10,000 plays a song. I would probably like churn it out a little bit more, like maybe like keep doing what I'm doing, get my followers plays up, and then talk to other labels that would probably offer me, because at that point I feel like there's somebody bigger would like take a chance on me. I feel like, especially because the way I work, I think they would see my consistency, things that I do like personally. So like stuff in my image and stuff like that, because I'm really working on that as well. So I would take it depending on the size. It just depends, like honestly. I wouldn't just like bank on it and be like, yo, like right now, if I was somebody came to me with 12K and a year and a half distribution, I'd be like, hell yeah, because I'm not that big right now. So but if I was bigger, I feel like I wouldn't take that.
All right, bro. That's gonna wrap it up then, cause
All
we're
right.
hitting that time, man. Appreciate you coming through, having
Yes,
an
sir.
interview, bro. And we're gonna catch you next time.
All right, see y'all. Thank you for having me.
Same motherfucker that I was. Ain't no changing on me now, no switching up.